So good evening. Welcome. I'm Dustin Seaton, president of Arkansans for Gifted and Talented Education, otherwise known as AGATE. And with me tonight is the president-elect of AGATE, Jennifer Park, who is also our conference co-chair, and Monica Springfield, who happens to be the AGEA president and the other conference chair for AGATE 2022. You may remember us from last year because we did it last year too. We were your conference committee leadership and presidential leadership for the organization. I'm happy to say last year was a huge success, having a virtual conference for the first time ever. And this year we are really excited and over the moon to have an on-site conference again for only the second time ever in Northwest Arkansas. So hopefully everyone that's joining us has already made their hotel reservations and have registered for the conference. But if not, it's not too late. You're more than welcome to go to our website, giftedarkansas.org, under the conference tab, under the events tab, I should say. There's a conference sub-tab that you can click and find out some more information about the AGATE 2022 conference in Rogers at the Rogers Convention Center. But with all that being said, I want to welcome you all for our webinar about the conference. We're here to answer any of your questions throughout the session. So for those that have not used the Zoom webinar feature, or maybe you're watching live on Facebook, you do not have to worry about unmuting or muting or turning your cameras on and off. You could be watching the news or drinking a cup of coffee, whatever you are doing at home. Feel free to sit back and relax and just enjoy the information that we're going to share with you tonight. I don't think it's going to last too long. It's going to be one of our shorter webinars because it literally is just about making sure we answer the questions that you might have. So with that being said, I'm going to start the program tonight by visiting our website and sharing our page, so that way you can actually see what we're talking about as well, having a schedule at a glance. So if you see our homepage, on the homepage, we have the full digital program, which you can click to download and view. We also have the breakout landing page and the breakout sessions at a glance, plus our program cover. I would like to start off by making sure that we highlight and thank our sponsors tonight. Our platinum sponsor being ASMSA, the Arkansas School for Math, Science, and the Arts. Our gold sponsors, the Art of Problem Solving, the University of Central Arkansas, the Jody Mahoney Center for Gifted Education at the UA Little Rock campus, New Minds Enrichment, MHS Education, Arkansas State University, and UWorld, as well as some of our silver sponsors, the National Inventors Hall of Fame, Riverside Insights, Kendall Hunt Publishing Company, the University of Arkansas, the Gifted and Talented Program, and MOMES, the Math Olympiads. So if you go to our website, all of that is available on the homepage. Click Events, and you can click the Conference tab. And under the Conference tab, we've had this open for several, or I guess since the creation of our conference, but the schedule at a glance. We want to highlight this because we want to make sure that you know of all the bells, whistles, and perks that you get with your AGATE registration. Starting with Wednesday, starting at 12 p.m., our vendors are welcome to start setting up and doing the on-site registration. So if you're in the area or if you're traveling from wherever across the state and or region, we do have several Kansas and Missouri and Oklahoma teachers that will be joining us this year as well. But we'll have the vendor area open from 2 to 5 on Wednesday afternoon. And I encourage you to go Wednesday because that's when they have their signups, their door prizes. You can do some really one-on-one interaction with our vendors and our sponsors during that time. And it's free for any of our attendees. But you're also, after you go and visit the vendor area, we encourage you to go visit some area attractions. So for example, the Amazium has their Spirit or Priceless Night, which means basically you can go into the Amazium for free. We ask that if you do, they take donations, but we ask that when you show up, you just tell them that you're an AGATE attendee and they'll mark it down and let you into the venue for free. So that starts on Wednesday night. The Amazium will be opening later hours from 4 to 7. It may be 4:30 to 7:30. I'll have to double check that one, but it is at least 4 to 7 on Wednesday, February the 23rd. We will do a very brief welcome and open ceremony at 5 p.m. on the 23rd. We will open the floor for nominations because I don't know if you had a chance to see, but our AGATE election, our ballot has for the first time in a long time, a contested ballot, where almost every position except one have at least 2 contenders that are on the ballot. And so we want to make sure we're doing everything by Parley Pro. So we'll open the floor for nominations, close the floor for nominations, and then finalize our ballot. Voting will take place all day Thursday. So just like in Arkansas, our elections, the only state in the country, the elections are from 7:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. So you have a 12-hour window to cast your ballot. Ballots will be emailed to all of our AGATE members, but if you are on site, you're welcome to visit our AGATE table and also cast your ballot as well. The board will be having a dinner from 6 to 8 off-site, but then on Thursday, we kick off our day with breakfast at 8 to 8:30 before our very exciting keynote speaker, Ann Makinsinski, who will be speaking at 8:30 on Thursday morning. Immediately after she's done, she has allowed and said she would do some Q&A as well as some book signing in case you have been one of our lucky door prize winners or have already bought the Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girls, Volume 1, where she's featured. We'll kick off then shortly after that with our session 1. We also have vendor time built into our schedule immediately before our awards luncheon on Thursday. We strongly encourage you to go out to the vendor hall area. Uniquely, our vendor hall area is literally outside in the hallway. So in previous AGATE conferences, you may have had a designated location where they're all in one room. We've heard a lot from our vendors that they don't always get the foot traffic that they'd like, and seeing some faces and names. So that's why we wanted to make sure that you see them multiple times to get the biggest bang for their buck as a vendor and sponsor, because literally we could not do this without their support. So we want to make sure we built in vendor time both on Thursday and on Friday, plus the welcome day on Wednesday. The awards luncheon, we're super excited about because we have had our awards committee already look at several nominations from across the state and have notified those winners. Plus our Act 56 winners will all be awarded and notified on Thursday. We're expecting about 400 plus on that awards luncheon on Thursday. So we're excited for that. After the awards lunch at 12:45, we have our afternoon sessions from 1 to 4, basically 4, sessions 2, 3, and 4. And then for the first time in a long time, we're actually doing on-site activities that Monica is going to talk about in a little bit later, sponsored by one of our gold sponsors. And then on Friday, we kick off the day with, again, sessions 5, 6 with vendor time at 10 to 10:30, where we want you to maximize your time because this will be the last chance for you to do some of their door prizes and raffling before the luncheon, as well as another fun activity that Monica will explain about in a little bit. We will announce the election results on Friday at 10:30 or 11:30 for our Friday plated lunch. We'll do our annual membership meeting that we're required to by our bylaws and constitution, and then talk about any other final information before having the rest of the afternoon for our amazing breakout sessions that Jennifer Park is about to go into deeper dive and discuss. We also have our door prizes, and we have a lot of our vendors and sponsors that have donated amazing prizes financially, gift cards, some raffles, some items, all sorts of stuff that we'll be giving out either during the luncheon on Friday or at 3:50 to 4 p.m. on Friday afternoon. And I will say, because we have such amazing gifts, we want you to be on site to win those afternoon door prizes that I know many of you may try to sneak out or skip out for the afternoon. I understand it's Friday, but you will not want to miss some of our amazing door prizes that we have in store for you on Friday afternoon. Very quickly, I'm going to stop sharing and reshare a picture of our venue, just so that way you have an idea of exactly where we are for that day. Let me see if I can pull that up. All right. So this is the Grand Ballroom 5 and 6. You can see our vendors will be out in the hallway, making an L shape. So we're looking north, south, east, and west. The hotel is directly south of the convention center. Ballroom 7, 8, 9, and 10 will have seating available for some of our sessions. One of the things that we heard last year, or I should say 4 years ago when we had our AGATE conference, was that we didn't have enough space for several of our sessions. So we actually expanded many of our rooms that we have at least 10 sessions or 10 rooms of breakout sessions every session time period. So that way we're able to spread out much more throughout the hotel conference and convention center. But I wanted to showcase this because at the North Rotunda, there's the parking lot to the north and the west. Registration will be up here at the registration booth. We'll also be on the South Rotunda where we'll have several of our gold sponsors and platinum sponsors. We'll have a presence there, but we encourage you that if you're driving in and not staying at the hotel, to park in the north or the western parking lots of the convention center and come down the hallway through that area. So with that said, I'm going to turn it over to Jennifer Park to talk more about our specific breakout sessions.
Okay, so excited. I want to first thank Kelly Clark, who is our proposals chair. She and I worked well to try to get as many different sessions and from different presenters as we could. So we're very excited. We have a whole, like Dustin said, we have 10 sessions per time. So we have a lot of variety. So I'm going to first start by sharing my screen here. Okay. 1 second. Okay, why is this not sharing? Share. Okay. Okay, that's not the one I was thinking, but okay. So when you go to, okay, can y'all see my screen now that has Chart Your Course on it? Is that what y'all see now, Dustin? No? You see the other screen? Okay. Okay. So if you go to our website, and you probably got the email today also, but in your email, you should have gotten the links for these three. So we're first going to take a look at the landing page. This, I just kind of created to try to have all of this in one central area with all the links, because we won't have a paper program this year, so it's all going to be digital. So we wanted this to be as easy as possible for you guys. So if you'll click on the landing page, this is just a one-page link-filled document that should be able to take you whatever you need to go to. So first, we'll take a look at the full conference program. Y'all are seeing the landing page, aren't you, Monica?
Yes. Yeah, that's good.
So if you click on the full conference program, that'll take you right to the entire program itself, which includes everything that we would have in the actual physical program that we used to have. So we have the breakdown, just like Dustin went over the schedule at a glance. We have the keynote session description. We have all that, the awards luncheon agenda, our board, and we have throughout this, we have the ads. We do have some links for things to do in Rogers for you to go check out. So you can visit this page or any of these. These are all links that you can kind of check out and visit and explore. Then we have our award winners. And then this on slide 21, you'll see this session at a glance. We also have that here on breakout sessions at a glance, okay, or on the landing page. So we tried to have as many ways that you could get your information without having to scroll through the entire program, especially if you're just looking for one particular session. So that was the conference program. And again, we have, after the breakout sessions at a glance, we have the descriptions for each session mixed in with some ads from our wonderful sponsors and vendors. Then we have the maps that Dustin was sharing here at the end. And this is kind of how our setup. We'll have the big ballroom for our luncheon, and then we'll have classroom. So we'll have theater style in some of our breakout sessions, which will just be chairs. And then in some of our sessions, we'll have tables and chairs set up like a classroom style. If you go back to the landing page again, okay, you have the breakout session at a glance, which is what we just looked at in the program. But I wanted to point out, let me zoom in on this. You probably
go into slideshow mode.
Okay, yeah, that's better. Slideshow mode. Hang on. Okay. Much better. Good. Okay. So you can see here that each session is described, it has this session title with the presenter. And then you'll notice at the bottom, we have a little key with the chess pieces. So we have the king, the queen, the, you can hardly see them, the knight and the pawn, or I think that's a bishop. You can't tell, or it might be a pawn. I think it's a bishop. But you'll notice we marked the sessions of our sponsors based on what level of sponsor they are, so that you can be sure to check them out and kind of go definitely visit their sessions and also visit their booths as well. So that was Thursday. Friday, because we do have so many, we broke it down into a morning and an afternoon grid. So you'll see 2 different Friday sessions. You'll see Thursday is all on one page because we'll have 4 breakout sessions. Friday we have 6, so that means we have 3 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon. So again, just check out the little key at the bottom to check out our sponsors and what they're presenting. Let me X out of that. Also, one thing that I learned and I thought was very interesting, if you have your phone, okay, so you have your cell phone, you can go to, if you go to giftedarkansas.org and you see the link, you can open up the landing page. I need to get it. Okay, the landing page, which is what I was on. So for me, I mean, I always have my phone. So you can open up the landing page, and if you'll notice that down here at the bottom, and you might not be able to see it, but there's a little square with an arrow that goes up. If you click that, it takes you like to options, okay? And you can scroll down to where it says add to home screen. And if you click add, that will add, make it look kind of like an app on your phone. So you always will have it. So I did it separate and you might not be able to see it, but so you can see here, if I click it, it's going to take me directly to the landing page. Okay. So then I can just click links as I'm going from each one of these to figure out which session I'm going to go to. So the landing page to me, I think is going to be very helpful, especially when you're looking at sessions. And I haven't really gotten into the landing page here, but you can see if you click session 1, it gives you just a breakdown of session 1. So it gives you the session titles, it gives you the location and the presenter and just the description. So it doesn't include who the audience is. It doesn't include the standards or what it's the focus areas. Okay. So it's just the name, description, and location. So if you want all the other information, that will be in the program. Okay. So this is just for you to kind of plan out, chart your course on what you want to learn about. So I would suggest first, of course, look at the full program. Then once you're getting closer to conference time, take some time to look at the breakout session at a glance, figure out which ones you might be interested in, and then go to the landing page and look at each individual session. And again, each one has all of the descriptions on it. So from there, you should be able to really figure out where you want to go. Let me see. I think that's all we have. Again, we are so excited. We have some amazing presentations planned from not just GT facilitators or specialists in the area, coordinators. We have several from ADE and DESE about program options. We have some from Dr. Imbo's got a group coming in from like Canada and Washington. And so we'll have a lot of great speakers. So we definitely encourage you to check out all the amazing sessions we're going to have. For presenters, just a quick reminder to bring your computers, of course, and a way to connect to the projectors. So an HDMI dongle to connect. If you don't have it, we'll have extras. If you get there early enough to kind of check it out and make sure your computer connects and all that, we'll be there again, starting on, some of us are coming in on Tuesday. So we'll be there in plenty of time. So definitely as soon as you arrive and if you're nervous about it, we can help get you set up. And if you are unable to come for any reason, if you're a presenter, please let us know ahead of time so we can make adjustments. We don't, we want to make sure we fill as much of the sessions as we can. So contact us if you have any issues like that. I think that's all I have. Again, I just want to thank Kelly for helping with proposals. And it has been great working with Dustin and Monica both, and our whole committee, Tim and Karen too. So we're really excited. So, okay. I'm going to stop sharing now.
Okay, I think that means I'm up, right?
Yes.
Okay. So just to piggyback off of what Jennifer said, first of all, I'm also excited to have you there. I do want to take a quick moment and thank the conference committee. I appreciate Jennifer Park. She and I have partnered well together over the last years. Thank you to Dustin for his leadership and allowing us to see our vision through. So I appreciate that. Tim Smithy has done a wonderful job with vendors. I appreciate Kelly Clark and her work on proposals and her input, and also Karen Grady. She's given some really great insight and ideas that we've used. So thank you to all those people. I know it's been a lot of volunteer hours, but I think it's going to pay off for us. So Jennifer's talked a lot about the program, and so we want to make sure that you have lots of ways to access. So I'm going to put this in the chat. I'm having issues sharing my screen, so I think Dustin was going to share on my behalf. But what he's going to show you is a QR code page. And what we've done is we've created a QR code for the full program. And then for Dustin, if you're okay to share that.
Yeah, pulling that up right now.
Okay.
I took pictures of it individually, but I also.
Okay. And then for those breakout sessions, these papers will be located throughout the convention center. So if you lose your page you're on, you can't figure out how to get back to your program, for some reason you can't find your email, just look for these papers. They'll be on various walls in various places, and you'll just be able to get out that phone, get that QR reader up, and you'll be able to go straight to these documents. So just wanted to share that.
And we did get a lot of feedback in previous years about the digital program versus the paper program. For one, we wanted to be more environmentally friendly, but also as a fiduciary responsibility to all of our members, we wanted to make sure we can cut costs and save money as best as we can. And this was a huge expense annually. And we noticed that while it was important at the front end of the conference, it wasn't always that important on the back end. So we definitely wanted to still highlight the fact that there's a lot of time put into our digital program, but to save money, we encourage you to print it either at home or just take advantage of the phone that you have 24/7 and utilize our QR codes that we'll have throughout the conference for you to access the program.
And Dustin, something else that's great about a digital program is in the past, once a program was printed, if there were any changes, we weren't able to make those changes live. So with this,
right,
we can constantly update. So if a session gets canceled, if something moves, you're going to have the most up-to-date live program, which was a disadvantage of those printed programs. We were kind of stuck with what we had. So we've really wanted to be cost effective, and then also just thinking about you all as our attendees, wanting to go to a session and knowing that session is the one that you're walking in the door to see. So the other thing, Dustin talked about some exciting activities. We've really worked hard on trying to make this an interactive conference. And so I'm also going to put in the chat our bingo card. I did a bingo card last year, and man, my email was flooded with bingo cards, and it was so cool. And it was really cool to get to draw teachers and give them gift cards to spend in their classroom or personally. So we're bringing the bingo card back again. It's going to be a little different this year, but I'm super excited. So if Dustin can pull that up on the screen so you guys can get a preview, you can pick this bingo card up at the registration table when you come to pick up your name tags. And really want to thank UA Little Rock and Dr. Ann Robinson and Dr. Christine Dietz. They have worked on creating those name badges for us. So we certainly do appreciate their hard work and effort in helping Agate out with those name badges. But back to our bingo cards. So at the registration table, you'll be able to pick up this bingo card, and it's all about taking pictures. So we've got some fun things on there. We've got some things to get Agate board members involved. We've got our things to get our vendors and our sponsors involved. And so we're just going to ask you to complete one bingo in any direction. So it's basically 5 pictures. And then once you get this filled out, this card actually doesn't have the place for your name, but the one that will be on site does have that, which I think might be the second page, Dustin. Does that give you a second page?
Let's see. Is that it?
Yes, that's it. Okay. So once you complete your 5 photos, will you go back? Will you go the second page? Sorry. I'm the problem here because I couldn't share. So it keeps going back and forth. No, the other page.
Oh.
Okay. So stop there. Stop there. Okay. Oh my goodness.
Sorry, we'll stop there.
That's still the first page. Can you go to the other picture?
Oh.
Yeah. Will it not stay on that one?
No,
No, that was the second page. That was right.
Okay, go back to the first page then. I'm sorry. I don't have this in front of me, so I'm shooting from the hip.
That's right.
Here. Okay, there we go. This is the first page. My bad. My bad. See, we're already having fun. So on this, you're gonna look at these things that you think you might want to do, and you're gonna take 5 pictures. So each photo that you take can only count for 1 square. You know, we want you to get 5 different pictures here. So look at this. There's lots of ways to get these pictures. There's visiting the Agate booth. We're going to have some navigate and your future, chart your course props, fun adventure props. And we want you to take a picture with an Agate board member. We've even put Dustin on here. You can get a photo with Dustin, and that can count for 1 of your squares. And then once you get those 5 pictures, and you mark off that bingo, then you're going to put your name and your school district, because we do have some people out there that have the same first and last name. So we want you to put your school district, and there's going to be a box at the registration table for you to turn these in. And we want you to do this. I even have it written down here by 11:30 on Friday, because we're going to draw out 4 winners during lunch. And when we draw those winners out, we're going to ask you to come up. We're going to ask you to just show us those 5 photos. Okay. So keep them on your phone once you take them. And then,
or I'm going to interrupt real quick. Okay. Or you could, if you're on social media, tag, and then you wouldn't have any problems. You could just, tag us, Agate 2022, and then they would be there too. So then everybody could see them. So I think that would be great too.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah. Cause we would probably ask you anyways, if we had permission to use them, because it'll be some, I think what you're going to do here will be some fun pictures that we can have for our website and for our social media. And then we're going to, you come up, your name's drawn, your card's drawn, you show your pictures, and then we're going to choose 4 names, and we're going to give you a $100 Amazon gift card. So use it on your classroom, use it on yourself. But we just want to reward you for jumping in and participating in our photo bingo card. So have fun with it. There's lots of ways that you can bingo, lots of fun ways to interact with people at the conference. And so super excited about that. Now backtracking a little bit, back to that schedule at a glance, Dustin talked about Thursday, and he kind of skipped over the back end of it, but that was on purpose because that was for me to share. So we are going to have 2 optional activities that are going to be sponsored by UWorld, which Dustin mentioned is one of our gold sponsors. So thank you, UWorld. We appreciate you. We're going to have a global domination game with Tim Smithy. He's the director of Gifted and Talented at Rogers, and we're excited about him doing this. I have never played his global domination game, but I've been told it's a little bit like Risk, and but with teams. And it sounds exciting. I think he does this with students. So I encourage you, if you're competitive, if you like the game of Risk, you can go and see Tim and have loads of fun. But maybe you might be a quiz bowl coach, or maybe you're just a trivia buff. And so we have Paul Gigliotti is going to be having team trivia. So he will also be having that at the same time. So you will have to make a choice. I wish we could go to both, but both activities will be offered, and you can go and get your team of 6 players, maximum of 6 per team, because we're going to have some giveaways for our winners, and go test out your trivia. And so super excited about those activities. Those are optional if you're looking for something to do with your gifted friends and colleagues. Then I highly encourage you to head back down to the ballroom. And that is where those Thursday after hour activities will happen. So door prizes is something else that we've touched on. So we're going to be giving away a lot of door prizes. We will do some during lunch on Friday. And then we also will have some of those prizes will happen at the end of our conference on Friday afternoon. We have had a lot of door prizes that are really fantastic that have been donated. So you will need to be present to win. So just plan to stay. It'll be fun. And we're looking forward to you playing bingo and having a chance to win an Amazon gift card. And we're looking forward to you visiting those sponsors and those vendors and touching base with them, and then also getting opportunity to win the things that they've brought. And I think one last thing that's on my list is we are serving a plated lunch on Thursday and Friday. We do realize that there may be some of you out there that have some kind of dietary restrictions. So we want to be mindful of those of you that may need something, may need some accommodations, but we are going to ask that you fill this form. I've gotten several responses, but if you do have a dietary restriction and you have not completed this form, we're asking you to do that by this evening. It's so that we can get that turned in to the hotel per their request, so that they can make those plans to make sure we accommodate whatever dietary needs you have. So I think I covered all my stuff. I'm looking at my list. I don't think I have anything else besides I'm super excited. I'm glad we're going to be on site. We're excited that Rogers is the place that we're going to be. We're in Dustin's, we're in his home space. And so that's kind of nice. In his last year of presidency at AGATE, to be able to finish out our conference there at Rogers. Thank you again, Jennifer. We've been a dynamic duo. It feels like for an eternity, but I've loved every minute of it. So if I can make it till next week, that is the goal. So thank you so much for having me on tonight. And I do appreciate all of you that have joined us.
And I will say, as Monica's pointing out, this is the last few months of my presidency. I took over in July of 2020. So we didn't get to do a board retreat. We have not really had any board meetings on site. We had a virtual conference last year. This is the first time in almost 2 years or over 2 years that the AGATE community will get together and reconnect. So I know you need to refill your buckets. I know all of y'all it's been a tough year and tough 2 years. So this is the best professional development, and it is your professional organization for gifted education in Arkansas. So we want to reconnect and celebrate one another together and finish the year out strong. So thank you. I personally can attest that Jennifer Park and Monica Springfield have put in hundreds of hours after hours like tonight, nights and weekends, going on site to make sure that this is probably the best AGATE conference I can remember in decades. So I think it's like our 43rd, if I'm not mistaken, AGATE conference. But I've been to over 10, and this is one of the most exciting ones that I've been a part of. I promise you will go home with something big and exciting. We have so many door prizes and raffle items that everyone's going to be a winner of some sort. And so take advantage of the games. If you haven't done so already, look at the program and chart your course, pick out your sessions. There are several of them at the same time that you want to do. Unfortunately, you can't go to all of them. So break it up and divide and conquer. I did really enjoy, and I stole this from NAGC, or we stole this from NAGC, the evening activities. So UWorld has offered to sponsor those trivia and global domination games with food and beverages. You don't have to, especially those that are not staying on site, you don't have to be an attendee of the conference to participate in it. So bring your husband, bring your spouse from wherever you are, especially if they're already coming, and enjoy the after hour activities, because I think that's part of that extra community. Being a GT teacher can feel like a singleton. And so this is your chance to have fun with one another and, cry on each other's shoulders about all the stuff that we've had to deal with and celebrate each other's success, especially from the award ceremony on Thursday. All right, we've had a couple of questions, one being about COVID protocols. As many of y'all are concerned, as am I, we wanted to make sure that we provided the safest scenario for our attendees this year. NAGC has done other things like mandated vaccination, proof of vaccination and masks and so forth. We're working in collaboration with our hotel and convention center and their staff, as well as following the latest Arkansas Department of Health guidelines. We did spread out at the luncheon, because I know if you're like me, going into a room of nearly 400 people is a little intimidating because you haven't done it in 2 years. So we have worked with the hotel staff to spread out. Traditionally, we set 10 to a table. We now have 6 to a table, and we spread out in a huge square footage in 2 grand ballrooms with over, I want to say, 63 different tables. So that's part of it. Jennifer and Monica have done an excellent job of adding rooms at the hotel, even though that's an extra cost to us as an organization. We wanted you to make sure that you had plenty of room. If you wanted to sit in a corner or sit by yourself, that you can spread out in any of the 10 sessions that will be going on every hour that we are offering. We do strongly encourage mask wearing, just because we know, I went to an event yesterday for Valentine's Day, and we heard of some outbreaks at the school. So it's always safe and best practices to go ahead and wear masks. We're not going to require them or police that. We just ask you all to be respectful and mindful. Agate is apolitical. We want everyone to feel comfortable and respected from wherever you come from, whether in Arkansas, and we have a lot of people from out of state coming, from New York and California, where things have been a lot more restrictive. So we definitely want everyone to feel comfortable and welcomed again. So with all that being said, please be mindful and respectful for one another as attendees. And we know you will be, because you always have been. But we also want to be attentive to any of your needs. So one of the things, Monica will be sending out an email after the conference for our evaluation, because Jennifer Park has asked me to do the conference next year in Little Rock. And so I get to do this again. But we want to make sure we listen to you, what you liked and what you didn't like, or what you would like to see better. So be on the lookout after the conference. If you're like me too, you may forget. So take notes in your phone, or in your email, or however you need to do it, to remind yourself of things that we can do to make sure your Agate experience is everything and more. So with that being said, are there any other questions in the chat or on Facebook?
I'm just seeing love the bingo card idea. Woohoo!
Yeah, the bingo is always fun. And here's the best part. You go home as a winner, you get a little break, and plus you get some gift cards. Who doesn't like free stuff? And some of
everybody's going to be getting free stuff, right, Dustin?
Yeah, on Thursday during our award luncheon, we have a special announcement that we're going to give, or make the announcement on Thursday during the luncheons, that everybody will be getting something of value. But I can tell you from our amazing sponsors and vendors out there, from working with Tim Smithy, our awards chair and vendor chair, they have been donating amazing items. And I think they're excited because a lot of conferences haven't been on site, that they're excited to get people back in their building or utilizing their products and resources. So they're donating stuff worth hundreds of dollars, sometimes thousands of dollars. So we're super excited about all the free giveaways. And I know y'all are too. All right. I don't see any other questions on Facebook or on webinar Zoom. You do know, though, your go-to place is the giftedarkansas.org homepage for breakout sessions at a glance and our digital program. Jennifer? And
also, I noted, see, being a live document, it is nice because I just added today that the handout at the bottom, there's the landing page, there is a breakout session handouts. So some of our our presenters are sharing their documents for their sessions electronically, and some are bringing handouts. So there's a link to that. So you should be able to check kind of, that might help you a little bit trying to kind of figure out what you might want to go to. If there's, you can kind of take a peek at some of the sessions and some of the handouts. Maybe that might give you some ideas too.
Hey, beg, borrow, and stealing. That's what we do in education, right? Anything you can get free and not have to reinvent the wheel. So again, we're super excited to share those events. If you're doing those evening activities, feel free to join a team. I know like the Fayetteville GT program had a trivia team together, but it's also fun to do an amalgamated team of smaller districts from across the state. So everyone is welcome. We want y'all to feel invited and participating. Please make sure to stop by our vendors and sponsors, because again, we could not do this without them. Stop by just to visit with them. They will help you with program resources, program ideas, summer activities, summer camps, and several of them are identification experts. So if you're looking to increase and work on your identification of gifted and talented students in the state, there's no better than the experts that are coming to our state conference, our largest gifted and talented annual professional development. So we are super excited about that. And then the last part, and I posted this in the chat, but if you have questions or comments afterwards, let's say you're thinking about it tonight in the middle of the night because you're so excited, feel free to email us. Monica and I both check the webmaster at giftedarkansas.org website or email. So if you have follow-up questions, find us at the conference. We're here to help you, but also feel free to email us at webmaster@giftedarkansas.org, and we'll try to answer it in a timely manner. We also will be stationed as a headquarters in the Hammond's Ballroom, which if you think of the L, I don't know how, I think that's it. Yeah, the L. It's in the middle of the L, the vertice of the L part. Right by the registration table. Find AS at MSA, our platinum sponsor, and our headquarters will be just directly across the hall from them. And come in and talk to us, even if it's just great news and you want to tell us anything. If you lose something, come by the headquarters. If you find something that someone lost, bring it to the headquarters. We want to make sure that, again, everyone feels excited and knows what to do. So thank y'all for joining us tonight on a Tuesday evening on a night that the Razorbacks play at 8 o'clock. So we beat that time. And if there are no other questions.
I see a question on Facebook Live. It says, can you explain again where you check in?
Excellent. Thank you for checking on that. We ask that you check in at the registration table to get your name badge. And you can use the ribbons, I believe, at that same spot. The registration table will be on the north rotunda of the building. We'll have a table for Agate and AGIA at the south rotunda, which would connect the convention center to the hotel. But we know many people will be driving in or coming in just for the day, not staying at the hotel. So on the north side of the convention center is the registration table. But you can ask any Agate board member or any of us. We'll also be walking around. You can walk into the Hammond's boardroom and ask us as well, and we'll point you to the right direction.
Yeah, you can't miss it. It's like built into it's really nice, the registration, not just a table. It's kind of a built-in kind of area. So you can't miss this.
And so, Monica, do you want to tell us one more time about not the sponsors. These are our sponsors. Sorry. I want to share this link as well. The vendor that you got, Paul, who's going to be doing t-shirts.
Oh yeah. So we have GIG Graphics is going to be there, and they're going to be doing on-site make a t-shirt. They've got some graphics that are around just teaching in general, but some that are about being a gifted, talented teacher. And so the cool thing is he's going to make it for you on site. So you'll come up, you'll pick your graphic that you want, you'll pick your color, your size, and he'll make it for you. You walk away, you can wear it the next day. So we're super excited. We've never really had a vendor that made t-shirts on site, and all of the graphics are related to education. So they're either a teacher in general or specifically towards our profession of gifted and talented. So we're excited to have them as a vendor this year, and hope that you'll stop by and support, their business, and also get some t-shirts and you and your colleagues can all have the same t-shirt. So
Also, I know that Alan with Delta STEM Center is also going to be on Wednesday. He will have like screen printing, help kind of give you maybe some ideas of what you could do in your classroom. So if you bring something and he can kind of show you the process of how to use it in your classroom. So that'll be Wednesday. So definitely you could bring something that you want to put a print on just to kind of get an idea so you can do it with your kids back in your classroom. So that'd be Wednesday.
All right. So again, on behalf of AGATE, our Kansas Gift Talent Education, thank y'all for tuning in on a Tuesday night. And please, if you see Monica or Jennifer at the conference, give them a hug or thank them, because they literally have put in the yeoman's work to make sure that this is the best AGATE conference we've had in a long time. And they did last year's too, and it was a phenomenal success. So thank them, because we're super excited to see you guys on site in Rogers starting next Wednesday, February the 23rd. And with that being said, we're going to end the event, but feel free to stick on if you'll have any lingering questions. Thank y'all.
thank you.
Thanks.